Quick story, and this actually happened earlier today. Um, I was going out to take out the trash, and a bunch of little kids around the apartment complex was playing, and I just so happened over here the kids mentioning playing a game of cops and robbers, and you got kids of different backgrounds, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, whatever, and you know, this little boy I want to talk about, his name's Kevin, and he's a few doors down from me. I see him outside all the time. I play catch with him a little bit here and there when I have the time. But anyway, I overheard the kids talking about, oh, well, in order to play cops and robbers with us, you got to be the robber. That's the only way you can play. And he's like, but I don't want to be the robber. Robbers aren't good. And I'm sitting back, I'm nodding my head like, you're right. And he's aware of like racism and stuff like that. Because he's experienced it. I've had conversations with him and his parents. So when his parents aren't around, they'll ask me, keep if I'm home, keep an eye on him, if I don't mind, which I don't. He's a great kid. If I had a son, I'd want my son to be like him. But anyway, I pulled Kevin to the side. I said, look, man. I said, if you don't want to play a robber, you don't got to play with them. Find somebody else to play with or play by yourself. I said because a robber isn't a good thing. I mean, he knows that, but it's just a simple fact. They were trying to force him into something he didn't want to do. And I ended up asking him. I said, what do you want to be when you get older? He said he wants to be a doctor. I said, okay, that's great. That's a great profession. I said, well, work toward that, push hard, fight for that, because you could be anything you want to be. And I said, Kevin, I'm gonna be real with you, man. The skin you in can make stuff tougher for you. And he's like, I know that. I said, good. So I said, the fact that you know that gives you a leg up on what you're in store for. I said, everybody's not going to treat you that way. But generally speaking, it's going to be a battle. You're going to have to work 5 to 10 times as harder to show that you can do it and you are worthy, even though I know you're worthy. And I told him, I said, this is probably not in my place to have to speak this to you about this, but I said, just because of your skin, that can make obstacles a lot harder. He's a great kid, makes good grades in school. He doesn't get in trouble in school. He doesn't get in trouble around here. You know, he's a great kid. And it's sad that in 2025, this has to be discussed. Because I've worked in a hospital before. And not all nurses and doctors are friendly. Not all nurses and doctors give everybody good care. But, quiet as kept, there's a reason why black folks don't like going to hospitals. We don't trust doctors and nurses because we don't always get the best care. But that's another story. But little Kevin's a great kid. And to the little kids out there who look like me, uh, listen, I love everybody, right? But when you in black skin, whether it's a darker or lighter shade, you're going to have people that want to test you or feel you don't belong. And whatever it is you're striving for in this lifetime, don't let nothing stop you. Go to school, get your good grades, mind your parents. If you play sports, excel at that. Play your video games on the side if you play them. Stay focused. Stay on that path. Don't let anybody try to deter you from that path. You can do anything you want to do, but for some of us, it's going to be harder. So don't let that wave of negative, toxic BS. I got to watch myself. I'm talking to the little ones. Influence you. Use that as motivation. Use it as motivation to shut those people up and shut them down. You are worthy. All kids are worthy. But I'm speaking to my community right now. Don't let what you see in the media, don't let these other random people get to you. If you have a question, go home and talk to your parents or a trusted adult. We live in a cruel world. We live in a cruel world. Because the thing is, if we were all equal, then these conversations wouldn't even need to be had. I wouldn't be making this video right now. I would have had to have that conversation with little Kevin earlier. Quiet as kept. Cops and robbers, I didn't want to play the game at all because I don't like cops either. But I ain't trying to go down that route today. Young black kids, if you have a goal, push for it, regardless. I want to see all y'all win, right? We got to stop fighting with each other over petty stuff. Come on now. Life is short. As y'all get older, y'all gonna see that. You know, I'm not old, but I'm getting there. You know what I mean? But I love y'all, man. Don't let nobody steal your joy at all. At all.